Hi everyone and welcome back to the Colour Cave where we like to play with art stuff, and welcome to another art subscription box unboxing. It's time for the Upcrate, and this is Upcrate number 37, and this is the September box for this year. So this monthly subscription box provides us with some mystery art supplies and an art prompt so that we can try and create an artwork to fulfill that prompt, and in this case it is called the Upcrate Battle. So here are our stickers for the month, and for the first time this is not the Upcrate logo, or if it's an incarnation of it I can't see it, but yeah, okay, anyway, so we've got a nice set of stickers here, and this is our bottle post. This is our magazine that tells us a little bit more about the type of supplies that we've got, and lots of hints, tips and motivation as well for our artwork. So our featured artist here, Alba, I would say Alba BBGG, and very interesting art style here, I like it a lot. A visual artist for video games, board games and comics, but also an author as well. Oh, that's nice, that's very cool as well. Very nice indeed. Okay, so our surface is a Bristol sketch pad. Best for pencils, ink, markers, very smooth and white. I like to use ink on Bristol paper, not particularly pencil. I like a little bit of texture from a pencil, but this looks like a really nice pad. Acid free, 185 GSM. Oh, this is nice. Oh, I like this. It's a gummed pad, but it's gummed down the left hand side, so you can actually keep it as a sketchbook, as opposed to, you know, usually they're gummed along the top of 35. I really like this. This is a lovely idea. I'm impressed. That's just so nice. So you can keep it as a wee sketchbook if you want. We do have 15 sheets of paper. It is bright white and it is real smooth. Okay, I'm quite excited about this paper. This is good. Now, let's see what's in here. Oh, yellow paper this time. That's nice. I like that. First things first. A Marvy Uchida. I've had a Marvy pen before actually. I seem to remember quite liking it. This is a 0.3 for drawing. I'm assuming this is a fine liner. It's got a nice chunky barrel on it. I quite like that. So here's our nib. Come on, autofocus, you can do it. There we go. So yeah, that's a fairly standard nib. The barrel diameter is bigger than I'm used to, and I quite like that. I think it feels chunky, like raw. Okay, nice. So we've got a fine liner. See, to be honest with this paper, that would be me done. Gem's good to go. But we also have a Marvy Pigmented Opaque Le Plume. Is that yeah, Le Plume? I'm assuming this is a paint pen, white paint pen. Yeah, ball bearing in there. So yeah, I'm going to say that's white. Let's see what the nib's like on it. Oh, it's quite fine. Oh, yay. This is good. Okay, so that's nice for... Whoa, that smells really bad. That's absolutely stinking. Oh, you could proper get high off of that. Please don't do that, kids. Wow, that is proper whiffy. Right, okay, so we've got that. I kind of like that. That's for detail, highlights, that kind of thing. I've also got 3 coloured pencils here. I can never pronounce this company. Someone's going to have to teach me because people keep telling me and then I keep forgetting it. It's spelt... Brunzeel, B-R-U-Y-N-Z-E-E-L. I will not try and pronounce it again. If someone wants to give me a proper like phonetic pronunciation in the comments, I will gladly take it and I will practice it, so the next time we have supplies from this brand I will be able to say it properly and not be ignorant. Okay, so we've got 3 coloured pencils. They have colour numbers, not names. I've got 31, which looks like red, 50, which is blue, and 27, which looks like a green gold colour, or like an artichoke colour. So that's quite an interesting combination of pencils. Pièce de résistance. We have got a set of Spectra AD markers. We've had these markers from Upcrate before, I'm almost sure of it. And I seem to remember that these weren't all that bad. Interesting set of colours here as well, which kind of goes with our pencils, but not. So we've got a light and a dark blue. We've got a yellow and a yellow ochre. We've also got pink, beige and spring green. That's quite a nice set of colours actually. Okay, do you know what? I'll take that. Yeah, so from what I remember with these markers, the chisel nib end has got like a grey band around it, and it's just so you can tell them apart. So steady. Standard chisel nib, nothing new there. But this has got a brush nib on it as well. And this is my thing about alcohol markers. I exclusively use Copic sketch markers because I like the brush tip on them, and I don't even use markers that often. So this is ideal for me, and I remember these being quite nice. So even though I'm not much of a marker person, I'm actually quite excited about this box. I'm super excited about the paper and the fine liner. As I say, I would quite happily just go with that. The addition of this nice set of colours, a white pen as well, and some pencils to put in some details. Like, this is a great box. This is superb. And I'm saying that now, I haven't seen the prompt yet. I change my mind when I've seen the prompt. But okay, first impressions, we are off to a good start here. So let's grab our bottle post and see what we can learn about our supplies. The first sentence in the sort of opening spiel here, no pun intended, Spiel in German is, yeah, never mind. It's almost autumn again. Oh, so depressing. So we've got our markers, alcohol-based markers. The full range comes in 215 colours, and these can be refilled as well, so that reduces waste, saves you money. It gives you the colour numbers here. This is really nice. This makes me happy, and I'm assuming everyone is getting the same pens as well. Recommended retail price at €23.88. So we've got the they're talking about the paint pen and okay, so the fine liner, they talk about the company. They're not actually saying anything about the pen. It's water based, there we go. And it tells you the range of nibs that it comes in as well. Pigment ink excellently works with the permanent colouring markers, which is the white one. 168 colours these come in, goodness me. White is a special one among the series. It has pigment ink and a valve action system to realise high opaqueness. I think that should be opacity, and rich ink flow. It works great to add vivid white colour expression on various kinds of surfaces. Well, we'll be the judge of that, shan't we? Okay, so here's a little chart as well, all the colour chart for the markers as well, fabulous. Okay, the pencils that I can't name, yellow ochre, dark violet and sanguine. Oh, so they're saying that this is yellow ochre. The pencil that I had very descriptive names for is yellow ochre. A dark violet, which yellow... Oh, yeah, the dipped end looks blue, but now that they say that and I look at the core does have a sort of purplish tint to it, so I'll take that. And then sanguine, doesn't look very sanguine to me, but okay. Superior quality colour pencils with a perfectly coordinated colour range, designed for those who require the best possible drawing and colouring products. Extra thick 3.7mm diameter core is made of fine high quality colour pigments so that the colours transfer very well. Easy for applying several layers of colour on top of each other, available in open stock as well as in sets. And that's something that's always really important to me when I'm assessing how much I like a pencil, as in a coloured pencil. One of the major plus points for me is if they're available open stock, because I don't know anybody that uses a full set of pencils equally. There's always a couple of colours that are going to go first. Okay, so here is the SMLT paper. I really like this. They are an independent and socially responsible brand. This is SMLT Art. A very young brand in fine art market, has already won hearts of artists in over 30 countries. Everyone enjoys blah 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 blah. Now, I'd just like to point out the recommended retail price for this, which I think is a very high quality pad with 15 sheets of Bristol paper in it. The retail price is €3.50. That is so cheap. That is so cheap. If they are economically responsible like that, generally speaking, I would buy their paper all the time, and I would actually quite like to try some of their other papers. Yeah, that's really it. That's actually made me sit up and take notice, and that's something I normally just breeze through these parts. But if the rest of their paper is as nice looking as the Bristol paper, because I can see here they do watercolour paper, calligraphy and lettering, a natural sketch pad, a black sketch pad, craft sketch pad, drawing pad, universal mixed media. Okay, I think I'm going to have to try and get my hands on some more of this paper. If that's something you'd like to see in another video, please let me know down in the comments below. I would be up for doing like a total paper geek video and, battering them to death with all the different mediums, because that's what I like to do. So yeah, let me know if that's something you're interested in. Here is our co-captain. This is Alba with her artwork as well. So we've got some information about her and a little interview here with lots of her artwork. I really like her artwork. Mixed media sketching. So this is the sort of This is her using all of the supplies. So you can see here she's got her markers and she's got her coloured pencil and her fine liners. So she's using everything in the box, which is what we like to see. Yeah! And that's how she got to the artwork here that's in the box. Tips for us, don't worry about the paper. Be creative as you want. And she's saying don't use this paper with wet media. It's not designed for it. Be careful with alcohol markers. Use them in layers so you can control the depth of them. And blend them with the colour pencils as well. She recommends colouring everything first and then using the fine liner to do the line art. Even with water, alcohol-proof fine liners, you can still smudge the ink when colouring on top of a line, and we don't want to have a heart attack. Finishing touches, use the white paint pen. Mixed media tips. Do your sketch. Interesting. Once she's got the line art done, okay, after she's done her line art, she imports it into Procreate, and then she starts colouring. That's interesting. Very interesting. We have a Sailor of the Month, Annika. Oh, I like this. Great art is horseshit by tacos. This is lovely as well. Really nice. So a little bit about our Sailor of the Month here as well. And here is Emily. This is one of my favourite parts of the magazine because she always does the colour wheel with the supplies. And so she's talking a little bit here about alcohol markers. They can be mixed and graded together using a plastic palette. So really good information there. And here, this is my favourite part. It's so pretty. Like, how can you not like this? So here's all our colours and what happens when you go to the in-betweens, which I love as well. And she's tested out the liners and everything. Obviously, we like to do this ourselves, but it's so nice to see it. And look at the blends here as well. Like, so cool. And she's tried out the pencils as well on all the different bits and pieces. And she's got her little colour wheel with her pencils as well. That's like, this is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So if you're struggling for inspiration, this is a great place to start in this magazine. And here is the Upcrate Battle from Worldwide Map. I absolutely loved this box. It was such a simple box. It was absolutely amazing. Look at the winner. Good grief, that is a lot of detail. This one's actually my favourite out of the three, I have to say. But yeah, I had a really good time with the box doing my imaginary fantasy farm, which I'm going to go back to. I actually want to do it in watercolour on a bigger sheet of paper, but that's another video for another time. So yeah, these are so well deserved, but look at the detail in this. That's actually vomit inducing. Like, that stresses me out, but well deserved. Oh, here we have the, oh yes, this is the Nature is Art one. So they've done some, they've put a selection out here. This is the one, everyone got different paint colours. I did surprisingly a lot better than I thought I would with that particular box. But some of these are lovely. This is really cute. I wished I wanted pretty colours like pink and blue. Anyway, I'm glad to see that people got creative with these. Look at the eyelashes. Amazing. Oh, this is an online workshop. Ooh. Okay, so there's an online workshop. What it's about, Upcrate 37 tips. So that's this box. And it is on the 2nd of October at 4 PM. It doesn't say what time zone that is. Okay. Where? Instagram Live. So you go into Instagram Live and you can catch up with all this. That would be quite good fun, actually. I don't know how much fun I would get out of tips for markers, but that might be worth a shout if any of you want to join in. That's quite exciting. Okay, finally, oh god. The Upcrate battle prompt is mystical interaction. I hate these prompts. Mystical interaction. What does that even, is that like somebody casting a spell on somebody else, or rubbing a lamp and a genie popping out? Like, come on. Oh, I absolutely, like, this is too broad for me. I don't like it. I like to have some sort of direction. I'm gonna have to get my thinking cap on really quickly. So while we're doing that, we can think and test out supplies at the same time. Everything will be fine. Okay, we'll do this really quickly. One of my main concerns is a bleed test. So rather than ruining all of this lovely paper, I'm just going to grab a little scrap of, I've got a little stack of scrap paper here, the A6, and I'm going to put it underneath this sheet in the top right hand corner there, just so we can test these markers out. So let's go with the pencils on this side. I hate the feeling of pencils on Bristol paper. Far too smooth. It's just not a nice feeling. I mean, the colour's going down fine. In terms of them actually working and doing their job, they're absolutely doing their job. I'm just not a fan. You can't get the same layers that you can get with slightly more textured paper. But look at the colour that's coming off of this. It's a really nice colour. So it's going to be suitable for what we need it to do for this art challenge. Well, here is our yellow ochre. That's not really going down very well on this paper either. Okay, there we go. We have to build it up a little bit. Again, that's actually quite an attractive colour. Okay, right then. And we've got our sanguine here as well, which is just red. It's red. And we've got our little fine liner here. I really hope this fine liner is good because I kind of like it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Nice ink flow, not scratchy. Yes, yes, yes. Fine for hatching, cross hatching. Quite a rich colour as well, and it looks as if it's drying fairly quickly as well. We will do, we'll do an ink test over the top of this. We'll leave it to dry for a little while and then we'll put the alcohol marker over the top just to see if it is going to stay put or not. I do think using the alcohol markers first and then lining is a much better idea as suggested by the co-captain. But that's just to let you see what happens if you don't do things like that. Okay, let's test these markers out. Well, we should be able to layer these up though to get a deeper colour. Yeah, I remember these nibs. These nibs are nice. Okay. So I'm just going to work my way through the colours here. I'll build up the colour on the chisel tip part just because it's easy to do, and I'll leave that there. Okay, that's a yellow ochre colour. That's a nice shade of green as well. And then we've got our two blues here. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying these brush tips already. And then the darker blue. Oh, that blue is a bit kind of. I was hoping it would be a bit deeper than that. Colour's this supposed to be? Columbia blue. Okay, so not bad, quite a nice set of supplies. So let's just start layering up here some of our other colours. I'm particularly interested with the straw yellow because it's quite pale and delicate. And I can see the paper's taking this fairly well. There doesn't seem to be any issues here, which is really nice. Yeah. Now, if I turn this over, you can see that the colour has bled through. It's only bled a tiny bit, and it was actually that straw yellow I was kind of like going hard at that. So it is going to soak through if you're using a couple of layers onto your next sheet of paper, so just protect what's underneath by putting some paper underneath it. That's the best advice I can give you, but it seems to be it's layering up pretty well. I'm not having any issues at all there, and you can see the difference between my squiggle and the actual chisel tip there. You can see that there's a difference between the colours, so they are building up fairly well. I'm starting to get a really congested nose, which is strange, and I don't think it's the alcohol markers. I'm kind of used to alcohol markers. I think it's this pen. That's weird. I'm really sorry. It's so strange. Right, I'm going to do a bigger block of colour in the middle here, and it's just so that I can show you this paint pen in action. That feels quite dry. See, now that I'm doing that and I'm going back, and can you hear that? Okay, there's a nice rich bit of colour there. Whoa, superb. We'll let that waft about a little bit. The other thing I wanted to do was test over here. So I'm going to use the yellow ochre. That is dry and it's not doing anything under my finger, so we're good to go. And I want to be fairly concentrated here, and I'm pressing quite hard deliberately. That fine liner is going nowhere. It is going nowhere. Yeah, if you do want to put your fine liner down first, I think you're going to be fairly safe. I don't seem to have any problems there. Right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, this smells so bad. Oh, look how fine that line is. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like this. Apart from the fact it stinks to absolute high hell. I want to see how much of the pigment underneath it's going to pick up as well, because that's a common problem with these types of pens, especially the white ones in particular is what we're talking about. They tend to like suck up the pigment from whatever's underneath, and it should give it like a baby blue tint. Now the key to this is to leave it to dry and then come back and go back over it, and you will get a nice bright white line. That's sitting beautifully on the top of this though. I think this is a really good combination of supplies, I really do. So yeah, let's get down to business now and see what we can do about this battle prompt. I think I figured out why I don't like this prompt. We've had mystical, mythical, mysterious in quite a lot of prompts, and I think that's why it annoys me. Yeah, it's just, I think I've got a bit of a problem, and it purely is a personal thing, about really ambiguous prompts. The whole point of a prompt is that it gives you a sense of direction, and I find that some of these are too open-ended, and this is too open-ended for my liking. But I say I'm sick of like mystical, mythical, magical, woo, like give us something solid to work with, please. The first thing, weirdly, that's coming into my head is butterflies, and I think it's more to do with the colour selection. And I'm just going to go for it, you know, I'm not even going to plan something out, because I don't think I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. So let's start with a background with these markers. I think I'm going to use this yellow. I'm thinking like not a sunset, yeah, like a sunset background maybe. I'm going to use the chisel nib. Keep this really light here. I'm not even that bothered if the entire background's covered, you know that? Like I'm not that bothered. You can see that there's colour there on the paper. I'm going to take this page off because I kind of need this as a reference page. Right, I kind of need to draw an outline, so I'm just going to use an ordinary pencil for this. I think I'm going to have, now don't die of shock, I think I'm going to draw a silhouette of a person, and I'm thinking maybe the butterflies are coming out their mouth. That would be mystical, spitting out butterflies. Yeah. Now, I'm not very good at this, so yeah, let's see how that... I could probably do with the practice though, to be fair, so you know, I'm really taking this opportunity to use this as a practice type. Exercise, that's the word I was looking for, exercise. So first of all, I need to think about placement. So mostly butterflies around here, indicate that, and we'll maybe have one or two in front of the silhouette, and maybe our head halfway down. I'm trying to think about composition here. Now, when I say head, you know I will be using that term loosely because I am not very good at these things. But I'm sure I can get myself to a place where I can have a silhouette. So our head tilted back. Now we still need our body to be in a sensible place as well. Make our head about that size. Again, I'm going to worry about the sort of the finer points of this later. Right, I know this is going to be a silhouette, but I'm just trying to think about what an actual person looks like, just to make sure I've got some yeah, because elbow, like I'm thinking the elbow, bust, bottom of the bust, if they've got a fairly big bust. Maybe I should not give her a big bust. I kind of do that automatically, but it's because I've got a big bust. I would like some hair. That was what I was going to say originally. I went off on a tangent there. I kind of want to have some like wayward hair. Oh jeez. Oh lordy. Right, okay, anyway, so the hair's going to be like everywhere here. Wow. So that's where our eyes would be. And then that would give us a jawline here. I'm not very good at drawing pretty noses either. Okay, that would give them a really weird eye. Their eye would be there. Okay, that looks, it's not very feminine, but it does look like a face. I'm going to draw in this butterfly here because I'm going to have to silhouette around it, and that's going to be, it's going to be in colour. I clearly need to up my butterfly drawing game as well. Okay, so this is going to be really boring. I'm just going to outline this very, very cautiously and start filling in. I'll go with the bits that I know are safe first. Like round my butterfly, for example. Yeah, I could be here for some time, so I'll catch you guys up in a minute. I'm gonna have to fix this chin. I kind of forgot about that part, but yes, we've got a very manly sort of jawline stroke chin here. Then that would come up. Wow, that's still a bit manly. I'm just gonna have to go for it. As I say, that this is not really my area of expertise. There, that's a pointy chin. Okay, that's a really big nose, isn't it? She's got a big nose. I've given her a big nose. I have to say as well, this paper is coping quite well with me scrubbing away, because obviously I'm going back and forth with this fine liner, which is not really what it was designed for. But the paper isn't like pulling up or anything, which is really nice as well. So so far I'm quite impressed with this paper. It seems to be taking everything in its stride. Oh, sunlight's blinded me. Getting there. Getting real Edward Scissorhands vibes from this just now. Okay, so that's cleaned up all right. It's not great, but her nose, God, her nose, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so now I want to put all my butterflies in. So I'm going to do that in pencil, but I want to have this as if the butterflies are like coming out of her mouth. So I want to start with the black fine liner here, and I'm going to have a lot of like dots really, really close together here. You know, like something out of The Mummy or something. But as they come up here, we're going to go into the dark blue of the marker, the very tip of the brush tip for this. And I'm going to start adding in some blue and let them get bigger. I think I could actually make these darker with the dark blue pencil, do you know that? Yeah, especially these ones in closer to home. I kind of feel like I need a little trail down here leading to this butterfly. Just using the space round about the silhouette as well, that's kind of part of it too. Apart from at the bottom here, I think I want a bit more of a substantial colour at the bottom, so I think I'm going to use the ochre and just build up a little bit. See, just now that I see this, I'm going to try and do a little bit of a gradient here with the light yellow colour. This isn't blending just quite as nicely as I would have liked either. Never mind. Feels really dry as well. Okay, yeah, see that's that. I think that's better. It just feels as if it's got a bit more substance to it. Down at this bottom part, just give the picture a bit more oomph. Fine, fine, fine. It's only a background, not going to take too much time over it, not going to worry about it too much. Just wanted a bit of colour there. It's doing really well though on the bleed through situation. I really like this paper. It's good. I was kind of toying with the idea of putting some red in up on the top here, but I think I'm going to keep my colours for my butterflies, which I'm going to start working on now. Okay, so I need to draw in some butterfly shapes in various places. Just making butterflies up now, but that's okay. I'm going to put a really big butterfly here in this corner. Okay, so I'm going to work on each of these individually now, using my lovely colours that I've got, and hopefully I'm going to employ a little bit of this white paint pen as well, and not forgetting my pencils. So obviously I'm not going to use my yellow colours here, just because, well, we've done them, but I do still have the ochre pencil, which I might put to good use as well. So really now this is just a case of like mixing and matching all the colours and really putting them to good use throughout this area here surrounding the silhouette. I'm actually having quite good fun here, believe it or not. Yes, I'm just I want a bit of variation in these butterflies, but I'm not hugely bothered, to be honest. I just want to get some colour on the page. That's my sort of main aim here. I kind of just feel like I'm going through the motions with this part, to be honest. I just don't feel that there's much... I just don't feel like I've got much love for this, honestly. I think this is the first time in a while where I just feel as if I'm drawing for the sake of like fulfilling the prompt, which, I mean, really that is what I'm doing. So it's not ideal, but sometimes that happens. I mean, you can't spit out something for... for me it's 2 challenges a month every month and be really happy with everything that you're producing. Now the chances of doing that are very, very slim, and I'm glad to say that like I don't get this feeling too often, which is nice, because I would be quite sad, I think, if I felt like this a lot of the time. A little butterfly here as well, which I just decided to add in. Give them some red on the outside there. Oh, look. Now I'm going to use this yellow. I know I said I wasn't going to use that. That's absolutely destroying my graphite. That's really interesting. Get a little bit of yellow base down. And then I want to get like an edge round here. I think we'll use the dark blue for the body in this part here. Sticking to the white pen better than I thought it would. Okay guys, I'm gonna call it quits there. Really just I'm not enjoying myself, truthfully, and it's so rare for me. I normally have so much fun just messing about with prompts, but I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit off today. I'm not really feeling the love for this prompt, or I think probably the fact that it's alcohol markers as well, which I'm a bit kind of like indifferent about anyway. I have to say though, the supplies are very nice, bar the smell from these markers. I find it a bit overpowering, but for those of you that are used to using markers, you might fare slightly better with them, because I am aware that I'm sort of overly sensitive to them, but they do have quite a strong smell. This paper is fantastic, and I would love to try the other papers in their ranges. It's taken everything I've chucked at it, including scratching away with a fine liner, which is just absolutely fabulous. The fine liner is good. I like it very much, and I'm very, very impressed with this white pen. It's standing out beautifully, and it's got quite a fine point on it as well. You can get some really nice details with it. Pencils, lovely and vibrant. So overall, I think this has been a great box. It's just unfortunate that I haven't been able to motivate myself with the prompt, which I say I'll take it. It happens sometimes. But as far as the box goes and the supplies go, fantastic. I'm really happy with it, and glad to to see a good box from Upcrate, because I know that they've been a bit hit or miss lately. So on that note, I would love to hear your thoughts on the box and the prompt, what you think of all this stuff here. And I want to thank you very much for watching. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I will see you back in the cave on Thursday for another video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye for now.